Hello students, welcome back to your English class. I am your English teacher Anand. So today I am here to teach you the new topic of the grammar, that is direct and indirect object. To learn this topic, we should know the basic structure of the English sentence, that is subject plus verb plus object. So once we know about the subject, verb and object, so it is very easy to identify the direct and indirect object. Here I am going to explain you about English sentence structure. So we can know about subject, verb and object. So see the example, Mohan writes a story. So in this example, we should be able to identify the subject, verb and object. So here I mentioned Mohan is the doer of the sentence. So it is subject, writes action words. So verb, and a story is object. So if we know about the structure, so easily we can understand about direct and indirect object. So here I am going to explain today's topic with the help of this PowerPoint presentation. Direct and indirect object. In an English sentence, the subject and verb usually come before the direct and indirect objects. If you know how to identify what the subjects and verbs are, finding the direct and indirect objects will not be that hard. Direct object. It is a noun or a pronoun that receives the action of the verb in the sentence. It is called direct object, and you can just get it by asking the questions whom and what. For example, Jimmy likes dogs. So the first thing that we need to do is to identify the subject and verb in the sentence. So in this sentence, Jimmy is the subject, likes is the verb, and now you can just form the questions with the help of what and whom. Just like, what does Jimmy like? The answer is dogs. So dogs is direct object. Why? Because it receives the action likes. Now, next example, Sarah hates her classmates. So now, as I said, we have to identify the subject and verb. So Sarah is subject, hates it is verb, and classmates is direct object. Why? Because it receives the action that is hates. So the classmates are being hated by Sarah. So the classmates is direct object. Another example, Mom gave me a present. So mom, it is subject, gave, it is verb, and a present is the direct object. Why? Because it receives the action that is gave. Now, indirect object. For a sentence to have an indirect object, there should be always be a direct object. An indirect object usually comes before direct object. It answers the questions to whom or for whom. The action of the verb is performed. It is the one receiving the direct object. First, we have to identify the subject and the verb in the sentence. That is the first step. Then identify the direct object. Then ask the questions for whom or to whom is the action of the verb performed. Example, my friend gave his girlfriend a diamond ring. So in this example, we have to identify first what? Subject and the verb. So the subject is my friend and the verb is gave. Now the third step, as I said, that we have to identify the direct object. So the direct object you can get by asking the questions, that is by using what and whom. So what did my friend give? A diamond ring. So a diamond ring is direct object. Then you can ask the questions like for whom or to whom. To whom my friend gave a diamond ring? To his girlfriend. So his girlfriend is indirect object. Let us move to the next example. The teacher gives her students a lot of homework. So first step, subject, identify, that is the teacher. Then verb we have to identify, that is gives. Then now direct object, that is homework, and indirect object, to whom? Her students. So the students is indirect object. Next, Tim gave the homeless man some money. Subject, Tim. Verb, gave. Direct object, money. Indirect object, man, that is homeless man. Now we'll see some examples for practice, that we have to identify the direct and indirect object. Now see the first example. He offered her some coffee. First we need to identify the direct object, that is coffee, and then indirect object, that is her. Next, Betty drives an old car. So here direct object is car. And indirect object is blank here. Why? Because there is no indirect object in the sentence. This sentence has one object only, and that is direct object. Next one, Granny bakes us cookies every weekend. So here cookies is direct object and us is indirect object. Next, she gave her mom a kiss on the cheek. Is direct object and her mom means mom is indirect object. Next, I wrote my best friend a letter. In this sentence, a letter is direct object and to whom it is written, to my best friend. So the best friend is indirect object. Thank you.